Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into something that hits close to home for a lot of people, family dynamics. Specifically, we're asking, can a gap in relationships with your family actually contribute to mental health issues for young people? We're not just talking about the occasional awkward dinner. Nope, we're talking about how these gaps can actually affect a young person's mental health and what that really looks like. So stick around, grab your snack, and let's break this down together. Let's get into it. Dinner at the Thompson house was usually quiet. Not peaceful quiet like a library. More like everyone was stuck in their own little world. Dad was glued to his phone, probably checking emails. Mom was lost in a cookbook, maybe planning tomorrow's meals. And 15-year-old Alex? Well, Alex was just trying to disappear into their phone, scrolling through endless funny cat videos. It wasn't always like this. Alex remembered a time when dinner meant silly jokes, sharing stories about their day and actual conversations. Now, it felt like they were just roommates who happened to eat at the same table. Alex, with their cool blue sneakers, always stood out in a crowd. Those sneakers were more than just a fashion statement. They were a symbol of Alex's unique personality and vibrant spirit, and a head full of dreams, always lost in thoughts about the future. Alex often found themselves daydreaming about all the possibilities life had to offer, from traveling the world to making a difference in their community. Yet, despite their vibrant exterior, Alex felt invisible most of the time. It was as if the world saw the sneakers but not the person wearing them. This feeling of invisibility was a constant shadow, following Alex everywhere. School was okay. They had a couple of close friends. These friends were their safe haven, the ones who understood Alex's quirks and dreams. They shared laughs, secrets, and the occasional teenage drama, but at home it was like being lost in a crowd. The house was always bustling with activity, yet Alex felt like a ghost, drifting through the noise and chaos without being truly seen. Mom and Dad loved them, of course. They were always there, providing the essentials and making sure Alex had everything they needed. Family dinners were a regular occurrence, filled with chatter and the clinking of cutlery. They made sure Alex had food, clothes, and a roof over their head. The house was warm, the fridge was stocked, and Alex's room was a cozy sanctuary filled with personal treasures. But what Alex craved were those little moments, those connections that said, "Hey, I see you, I hear you, and I care about what's going on in your world." They longed for meaningful conversations and genuine interest in their thoughts and feelings. It wasn't like Alex hadn't tried to talk. They'd often muster the courage to share snippets of their day, hoping to spark a real conversation. They'd mention their day, maybe a funny thing that happened at school. Sometimes they'd share a story about a friend or a new idea they had. But it usually ended with a distracted, "That's nice, honey." The responses were always polite but never engaging, leaving Alex feeling more alone than before. Or a quick "good for you." These brief acknowledgments felt like a wall, a barrier that kept Alex's world separate from their families. It made Alex feel small, like their thoughts and feelings didn't really matter. Each dismissive response chipped away at their confidence, making them retreat further into their own world. To cope, Alex turned to creative outlets. They found solace in writing, drawing, and music. These activities became their escape, a way to express the emotions they couldn't share with anyone else. And then, one day, Alex met someone who truly saw them, a friend who appreciated their creativity and listened to their stories. This new connection brought a spark of hope into Alex's life, showing them that they were not alone. This feeling of being lost and alone started to creep into other parts of Alex's life. It wasn't just a fleeting moment of sadness, it was a persistent cloud that seemed to follow them everywhere. At first, it was just a sense of unease, a nagging feeling that something wasn't quite right. But as days turned into weeks, this feeling grew stronger and more overwhelming. They'd spend hours in their room, headphones blasting music that echoed the turmoil inside. The music was their escape, a way to drown out the noise of their thoughts. But it was also a reflection of their inner state, filled with lyrics that spoke of pain, confusion, and longing. Grades started to slip, and the once diligent student found it hard to concentrate on their studies. The messy room mirrored the chaos in their mind, a physical manifestation of their internal struggle. The once bright smile became a rare occurrence. Alex would look in the mirror and see a stranger staring back. The forced smiles couldn't hide the sadness in their eyes. It was as if the light inside them was slowly dimming. replaced by a shadow of doubt and despair. Friends noticed the change, but Alex found it hard to open up, fearing they wouldn't understand. Alex felt like they were drifting further and further away from their family, like a boat without an anchor in a stormy sea. The sense of isolation grew stronger with each passing day. Family dinners became silent affairs, with Alex feeling like an outsider in their own home. The connection that once brought warmth and comfort now felt strained and distant. What Alex didn't realize was that this feeling of disconnect, this gap in their family relationships, could actually make them feel really sad and anxious. It was a vicious cycle. The more disconnected they felt, the more they withdrew, and the more they withdrew, the more isolated they became. It was a spiral that seemed impossible to break. It's like our hearts need those connections, those genuine moments of sharing and caring, just as much as our bodies need food and water. Without them, we start to wither inside. But there's hope. Reaching out, even when it feels hard, can start to mend those broken connections. Small steps like sharing a meal or a heartfelt conversation can begin to bridge the gap. It's a journey, but one worth taking for the sake of our emotional well-being and the relationships that truly matter. Different perspectives, same family. Now let's be fair here. Mom and Dad weren't bad people. They loved Alex very much, deeply and sincerely. They worked hard to provide for their family. They just didn't realize the impact their lack of attention was having on their child. Mom was so busy juggling work and household chores that she often felt overwhelmed. Dad, well, he brought his work stress home with him, burying himself in emails and phone calls even during family time. They thought they were doing their best, but sometimes even our best needs a little adjustment and reflection. When your heart feels empty. This lack of emotional connection, like what Alex was experiencing, is sometimes called emotional neglect. It's not about intentional harm. It's more like forgetting to water a plant. The plant might not die immediately, but it will slowly wither away. Similarly, when young people don't get the emotional support they need, it can affect their self-esteem, their ability to form healthy relationships, and even lead to feelings of anxiety and depression. It's like trying to build a house without a strong foundation. It might look okay on the outside, but it's bound to crumble at some point. Friends in similar boats. The thing is, Alex wasn't alone in feeling this way. Talking to their friends, they realized that many of them were sailing in similar boats. One friend's parents were going through a divorce, leaving them feeling lost and uncertain. Another friend felt pressured to live up to their parents' expectations, even though it made them deeply unhappy. It was a bit of a relief to know they weren't alone, but it also highlighted how important it is for families to talk about these things, to create a safe space where everyone feels heard and understood. Building bridges of love. It's a journey that every family embarks on, whether they realize it or not. The connections we build within our families are the foundation of our emotional well-being. The good news is that even small changes can make a big difference. Simple acts of kindness, like playing a game together or sharing a meal, can strengthen these bonds. It's like learning a new language. At first, it might feel awkward or forced, but with time, it becomes second nature. Teaching a child a new skill or reading together can be the building blocks of a strong relationship. It takes time, effort, and lots of practice. Working on projects together, whether it's a school assignment or a home improvement task, teaches teamwork and patience. But the rewards, oh, they are priceless. The joy of shared laughter, the pride in celebrating achievements together, and the simple pleasure of a family picnic are moments that create lasting memories. Imagine a family where everyone feels loved and supported, where laughter and genuine conversations flow freely. This is not a distant dream, but a reality that can be achieved with conscious effort. Families can start by putting away their phones during meals, having regular family nights, and engaging in activities that everyone enjoys. These small steps can lead to deeper connections, or simply asking their kids about their day and genuinely listening to their answers. This shows that you care and are interested in their lives, fostering a sense of belonging and trust. It's about building bridges of love and understanding, one small gesture at a time. These moments of connection, though seemingly insignificant, weave the fabric of a strong family. Because in the end, family is the one constant we can rely on, the one place where we should always feel safe, loved, and truly at home. It's the anchor in our lives, providing stability and comfort. So let's cherish these moments, nurture these bonds, and continue building bridges of love that will stand the test of time. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you want more videos about life, family, and trying to figure it all out. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other.